SDotfire.com.
Welcome to another episode of Militia Uncut, ladies and gentlemen. This is BKDC. Let's get in it.
So, how do you guys like oatmeal? Like, how do you guys like your oatmeal?
I like my oatmeal.
Yeah.
I don't like oatmeal.
You don't like oatmeal?
I don't like oatmeal.
I like my oatmeal thick, creamy, and sweet.
You could have missed the creamy part.
I like it when it's creamy. I like fruit on it too, like raspberries and blueberries.
Why? What do you mean creamy?
Like when you put like cream in it.
You put cream in your oatmeal?
Sometimes a little bit.
That's different.
A little bit of brown sugar, a little bit of half and half.
Okay, see the brown sugar on this.
Wait, time out. Like heavy cream, light cream?
Half and half. A little bit half and half.
Oh, you're fucking fancy.
Yeah, you know, you put a little half and half.
You know where this is going.
Yeah, I was looking at you like, I don't know where we're going.
I mean, you know, I like my oatmeal like I like my women, you know, nice and thick. So, who else? You said you don't like oatmeal.
You don't like women.
Exactly. So
I saw that coming.
You know me? So I was hoping somebody was gonna say, I like my oatmeal loose. And I was gonna be like, oh,
What
you
is
like
loose
women?
oatmeal? Like,
I don't know. They're gonna like the real watery oatmeal. I don't know.
that sounds disgusting.
In the spirit of being very honest, I haven't had oatmeal in a very long time.
God damn.
Oh shit.
So, I mean,
Coincidence?
that's why I said it. I said it in the spirit of being honest.
Hey.
I haven't had oatmeal in a long time. But
Yikes.
from what I remember, I like brown sugar. Now let me stop. No.
Let me stop.
I like.
What the fuck was that?
He said, "Let me stop." Like,
No, he said,
Oh man, when we watch this is gonna be so funny. Support our Patreon, by the way.
I'm dead.
If we made one, I don't know if we made one, but click the tip below. You know that's what you do. That's what YouTubers do, right? Click the
There's gonna
link.
be some shit.
It's gonna appear somewhere, right?
There's gonna be some shit. Click that shit.
It'll be a link right here.
Subscribe, follow, do all that shit.
Yeah, I guess we probably should make a Patreon, right? Some money to us. But
yeah, I'll hook it up.
all right, cool. So, anyways, I like my oatmeal to have a certain flavor to it. You know, I don't.
I'm just waiting for somebody to say
I don't want
chunky oatmeal.
I don't want.
I'm
Nah,
just waiting for somebody to say
I don't want
chunky
bland.
oatmeal.
Like I don't want bland oatmeal where there's just nothing to you.
Lumps.
Like, you gotta have something.
Whoa.
You gotta have something that allures me to it. You know.
Girls need love too. Don't say it like that.
Sure.
What's wrong with you?
No, you're absolutely right.
Not you.
I know. I'm just telling you that I agree.
You can't really compare oatmeal and women. I don't know.
Yeah, guys.
You were
You
supposed to
did?
follow along with the metaphor.
He definitely started to.
I did not.
That's sexist, guys. To compare women.
To oatmeal.
So what does it mean when I put half and half in my oatmeal?
I don't know.
I have no idea what that
I
means.
don't know what that means. You started talking about it, not me.
I like fruit too.
I just said I like my oatmeal thick.
You
That's
put half
it.
and half when you're with me?
Whipped cream? Does whipped cream count?
Yes.
Is sexism and misogyny the same thing?
No, it's not.
It's
Yes, we're
illegal.
misogynistic. This is not sexist.
That's
You're
why I
right.
was trying to
You're
figure
right.
out the.
You're 100% right.
I was trying to figure out the
Yes.
difference.
I'm not
We're
trying.
being misogynistic right
I don't really want to
Apologies.
be.
I'm not trying to be.
He doesn't mean it.
now. I don't care.
None of us mean it.
We'll go right back to it tomorrow, off camera.
Yeah, I don't care.
I mean, you're good either way, so it doesn't matter.
You gotta fuck up.
You guys are fucked up, really?
I'm not
I
part
got
of this.
receipts on you.
I am
dude.
not part of this. I plead the fifth.
Shit. Said I got receipts on you.
Anyway, what about oatmeal, my guy?
Nothing, that was really it. I was supposed to just start it, and then I was hoping one of you guys said I like loose oatmeal.
I like
And
loose
was gonna
oatmeal.
That's
It doesn't matter
That's
now.
not the same now.
Yeah, just bringing it up because he
And
said
that is,
to.
and that is crazy if you do like loose oatmeal.
I wonder what the fuck.
If you're going off the metaphor, that is
watery
crazy.
oatmeal, that sounds
Because
disgusting.
It sounds gross.
That sounds disgusting.
What does that? Yeah.
Well, I mean, technically, loose women is also kind of disgusting. So
Very
loose
disgusting.
oatmeal is disgusting.
Alright, loose men disgusting?
Yes, they are.
Yeah. Dirty.
I actually did that. Honestly, if you're a loose man, you might be a little bit more disgusting.
Yeah. OD.
Wait, no. That's sexist. If you're a loose man, then you're just as disgusting as a loose one.
You're-
What?
Oh,
It's
you know
sexist.
what? You're
for you.
right.
It's
You're right.
sexist
You're
if
right.
you think that it's not.
Okay.
Mm.
You're trying. I get it.
Would you rather be a loose man or a tight man?
That's what does that
You
mean?
know what?
What does that mean?
You know what?
You see
This
what I
one
mean?
left.
You see what I mean?
Okay.
But this is what I'm saying. That's what he naturally thinks, though. It's not him trying to be. You know what I mean? Like he's not trying
Wait, let
to
me
be
explain
funny.
myself.
He's
Let
not
me
trying
explain
to be
myself.
like controversial. You just naturally think like that. What the fuck?
Would you rather be? Would you rather be a hoe,
Okay.
or would you rather be a man of God?
Oh, like a prude.
Why does it?
Like a man version of a prude. Is that
Oh
what you're
wait, you
saying?
know all that shit with the Catholic priests and the bishops came out. You know what?
Now I don't know where
I
we're
don't
going.
know where we're going.
That's
There was
Catholic. That
There
doesn't
was
necessarily mean a
touching
man of
children and
God.
shit, and fuck. I mean, you know what? Would you rather be a hoe or not a hoe? God damn it!
I'd rather not be a hoe.
Why not?
Are you saying not being a hoe or saying not getting any sexual action?
Yeah, being a hoe, like just being.
So
out
would you
there,
rather be
Are
a
you
hoe
talking
or
about
not
hoe?
getting any at all?
not getting any at all?
Okay, then I'd rather be a hoe.
Who wouldn't rather be?
I'd
a
rather
hoe?
be a hoe.
I mean, he said he wasn't gonna be a hoe.
No,
I
because
said
you
I don't want to
it
be a hoe.
differently.
Yeah, you said it differently.
Oh, do you want to be a hoe?
No, no one
Versus-
aspires to be a hoe.
Yeah,
Well, I-
versus-
But
yeah,
versus
versus
not
not
getting
getting
any-
any at all.
any-
Yeah, I'd rather be a hoe.
I'd rather be a hoe.
I think that's kind of across the board here.
like,
But okay, if you were like a relationship or a hoe.
A relationship.
Relationship?
yeah.
Don't catch
Be
me.
honest.
You're-
Be honest now.
You're in a relationship.
Yeah, be
I would-
honest now.
No, I'd rather be in a relationship.
Okay.
Oh,
But either be single or be a hoe. I mean,
Shut
being
yourself up,
single
though.
is- I'm not selling myself up. Anything.
Huh?
This episode is fucking everywhere.
Yeah, it starts getting
Christ.
close there. Starts
This would-
teetering that line. You had to reel that shit back real quick.
All right, I wanted to bring up another topic. It's gonna be more fun to talk about stuff like this when we do have a girl on the show because it's like the opinions. But my other brothers for now. Again, me and a female friend of mine, a woman friend of mine. Some women don't like to be called females. I don't understand. I don't know why that's offensive, but whatever. I don't get it. But apparently it's offensive to be called a female.
I think
Whatever.
people get offended at too much shit.
I know,
But
but-
being so offended about it shit.
But okay.
Would you like to be called a male?
I mean, if it happens, it happens. It doesn't bother me. Like, whatever. But I had a conversation with a friend of mine. She's a girl. So, and we was talking about the difference between a woman being a hoe and a guy being a hoe. And she was saying like, why is it worse when women do it than when men do it? And I said,
Wait, do you have an opinion on that? First
I
of all?
do. And I said, first off, if you're actively, doing whatever, you do what you will do. Like, if we're all single, people, you do what you do. I'm just saying, in my opinion, even though it's both nasty on both sides, you just fucking around. But to me, because of the way society is, I think it's just a slightly bit worse when women do it than when men do it.
I disagree.
Well, I'm good, but I'm gonna state my reason, and then you can disagree with me. That's just the way I've seen it. With men, it's very much trial and error. I have to initiate wanting to have sex. Like, I have to put the idea out there the majority of the time. So how many bodies I have depends on how many women agree to have sex with me. How many bodies a woman has, it's like how many men did you just allow to be with you? You know what I mean? Like, it's a little bit different. If the girl ain't with it, then I'm not getting any. I don't have no bodies. But if you're just, yeah, you can fuck me. It's like, it's different. It just feels a little different. I don't know.
Well,
That's
let's
just my
look at it
opinion.
the other
That's
way
just my
around.
opinion.
Is it because you think just girls aren't out there chasing men as much as guys are chasing women?
Some are, but the majority of the time, the men have to initiate. Again, that's a societal thing.
I disagree because I think at that point, the girl, the woman, they're just being selective into who they choose. So they could pick as many different people as they want. As long as you're the chosen one and you are willing to also reciprocate, then it's fine.
I can see that. I can see that.
Like, we both want sex, men and women both want
Very
sex.
true. Very true.
So I don't think it's appropriate for us to like shame women for wanting to have sex just as much as guys want to have sex and who they choose to do it with.
That's fair.
So that's my take on it. Like you could go out there and be a hoe.
It's very simple. My view is very, very simple.
What?
When I'm single, I love you hoes. When I'm in a relationship, I get on my fucking nerves. That's it.
Alright.
That's it. It's my only view. Love y'all. Fuck y'all.
We're talking about hoes, like dots.
Like
Yeah.
you, nigga.
Like, whoa.
I'm
That's dead not funny.
I'm just joking with you.
We are definitely.
I'm joking with them. Like, come on, man.
But
yeah, we're talking about that.
basically, like between when men get a lot of sex and when women get a lot of sex, like is there a difference between the two?
Obviously, but I mean, look, it is what it is. Until dick is valued as much as pussy is,
Wait, what?
I don't know what to tell you.
You have to elaborate.
You're gonna have to explain that one.
All right,
My take is high.
who do you know? All right, let me say it like this.
Again, you have a girlfriend, so it's
I
not.
know.
How many?
Like,
How many women do you know that have died over dick? Like between.
Not as much as men have died over pussy.
No, I don't know any women who've died over dick.
All right,
Neither
think
do
about
I.
it like this too, right? Do you know women that like are like, oh, I gotta get this car to get more niggas?
I
I gotta
think
go to the gym to get more niggas.
I don't
I
think
gotta
I'm
give more
friends
money
with
to get
enough.
more niggas.
I don't think I'm friends with enough women to know that for
I'm
a
just going
fact.
down the list, sir.
Yeah, like I'm
Women
saying,
don't have to do anything to get dick at all.
some women do.
Those are the really hit
I'm
bitches.
gonna say if you're hit.
Oh,
Hit
I
women.
wasn't
Sorry
gonna
about
be.
that.
I wasn't gonna be specific like that, but yeah.
It's a fact. If you're not getting, if you have to really work to get a guy's attention, I'm gonna be honest with you, sis.
If you have to really work to get a
Something
guy's
tell you.
attention, you can find another guy that you don't have to work to get it.
That's true.
true, too.
That's true. That's
You're just
true.
picking the wrong. As a woman, you're just picking the wrong guy. There's
But
another
if-
nigga
but
out
if
here.
it-
That's
but
why
if
I
it's
feel there's a
consistent-
difference.
No, wait. But if it's consistent, sorry.
Oh yeah,
sis.
if mad niggas ain't
You're not
fucking.
it.
If you're throwing at niggas
Not
and they're
it.
not catching it, yeah, you just hit.
You're not it. I'm sorry, sis. Like,
You need to do something.
so you don't know women that go to the gym to get more guys. You don't know women that buy cars to get more guys.
They do it for themselves though.
But that's the point he's making.
Exactly.
But I go to the gym for myself.
Which is
I do the things that I do for myself.
cool. There's nothing wrong with that. But he's saying men
I'm not talking about you.
Men-
I'm talking about in general.
generally are more motivated by getting women than women are.
Which is
by getting
sad.
men.
Which is really sad.
Yeah,
But-
you niggas need to have some better motivation.
Feel me? Because my girl know, and she'll see this. I don't do anything to really like go out for her. Like if I'm going, like not to sound like that, but like I'm not going to.
Yeah, I did too.
Like I'm not going to the gym for her. Like I'm not.
You heard what
Like I didn't buy a car. I didn't buy a nice brand new car for her.
Yeah,
Like,
yeah.
Like yo, I was already that nigga before.
But see,
Like,
that's
oh.
really
That's
my
the
attitude.
But see, but that's
my
the attitude you're supposed to have.
Yeah,
right.
everything I've ever done was for me, and then women just came along with it. But
But she knows that, so it's
I was
like,
very money motivated for me since I was a
You feel
kid.
me?
I didn't do anything.
like my girl knows. Like I tell her all the time, like yo, even if you leave me, I'm not gonna stop going for what I want. Like
Yeah.
it is what it is. Like a lot of guys will be like, damn, I did all this work, and then she still left me.
That's true.
Because you's a fucking cornball. That's why.
And
You are true.
she knew that, which is probably why she left.
So that's that. But that's what I mean
Again,
by
majority of the time, not all the time.
that. You're corny. Sorry, guys. You need to take some value in yourself.
Yeah, do shit for you.
So, speaking of women, how do you guys feel about baby moms?
It's a very stressful
Baby mom.
situation.
Well, okay, that's the
Baby
question. When
moms.
you say baby moms, you mean like the baby moms?
All right, let me say it like this.
Only-
like just baby moms. Like, all right, perfect example, right? 6'9" baby mom.
That's a baby
That
mom.
bitch is annoying.
That's a baby. That's what I mean.
Yo.
Baby moms, literally,
Yo.
the way he's saying it, he's talking about the annoying ones. That you're not with the dude no more, and you're just the annoying baby mom.
Because
I don't know how guys do it.
Because, well,
I don't
to
know.
me, that's the that's what it means. Yeah, to me, that's the general idea of what that means. Because, like, your situation, right? You call her baby moms, but I don't look at her
she's
as
not
your
actually-
baby mom.
yeah,
It's
she's
your
not
girlfriend.
actually my baby mom.
Yeah, she's just the mother of
He's
your
talking about real baby moms. Like, this shit gets on your nerve, but you have to be with her because she has a baby. Which, by the way, not that many guys just go for that. Just because you have a dude's baby, that does not mean he's going to stay with you. Because that term, trapping a nigga, it's not really a trap because there's a lot of niggas out here not giving a fuck about their kids. So
Yeah, that's going
the
way
trap
over.
failed. Like, that shit don't work. If he's with you, he's not with you because you have his kid. He's with you because he actually wanted to stay with you. Because if he didn't, the kid wouldn't keep him there. It never does.
Not at all.
It never does. I don't know. I would love to meet the one woman that actually worked
Came
with.
up with that.
No, just the
Oh,
one
worked
that
it.
worked with, where the nigga like stayed with her against his will because
Because of
she
the
had
kid?
to get. I've never seen it happen.
I mean, she could probably change the situation, make it better for him.
Well, yeah, no. If she.
But you're
like,
saying
makes
off
it,
the strength of the kid alone.
yeah, where it's just
Oh,
like, no,
yeah.
she's not trying to make it
Nah,
better.
that's
He
right.
just hates this bitch, and like, but
Not
she
that
has
bad.
my kid, so I have to stay.
I
That's
don't,
I've never seen that
I
work.
don't see that. I
I've
don't
never
see
seen that work ever.
So-
Ever. But I mean, shit.
So,
I don't doubt that it can happen.
I
Because people just don't want to be deadbeat dads, so they just deal with whatever for the sake of their child. I mean, I don't know about like staying as far as like I'm still live with you. Like they might.
No,
have
that's
to-
not what I mean. I mean like the ones that like, yeah, will like. I'm not talking about the ones that will make sure they take care of their kid.
Mhm.
I'm talking about women think that they'll have a dude's kid and he'll like stay. Like,
Oh, and like marry her.
with
and
yeah,
do all
all
that
that's
stuff.
what I'm talking
Oh,
about.
okay.
I'm not
Yeah,
talking about
yeah,
the
yeah.
I'm saying that shit doesn't work.
No, it doesn't.
I know two sides. I know the niggas that will say fuck the kid too and completely dip. And then I know the dudes that'll say, no, the kid's mine, but fuck this bitch. Like, that's the difference. But the one, I don't know any time that a dude was just like, oh no, stuck now, like, here, like, I've never seen that work. Like, ever.
I just pray I never have a baby moms.
Yeah, I don't have one. I don't plan on having one. If I accidentally have a kid, I'm moving to Jamaica or Canada.
see, but
Why
this-
Jamaica? Why?
Fair enough.
Tropical island, it's probably nice down there.
Yeah, if you're gonna go somewhere,
Fair enough.
palm trees.
Why Jamaica?
Jamaica.
I'm just confused. Why Jamaica?
It's nice. It's nice down there. Got nice weather. Nice.
Just leave it at that. He wants to go to Jamaica.
Maybe get a house or something.
I'll go to Canada.
Or Canada. Canada's the second option. But I'm out. I'm joking. Completely joking. I'd be there for my kid. Can't raise a kid in this world without a father. So
But-
that kid's not gonna go anywhere.
But this ties back into the previous conversation as far as like hoeing around. This is why I wouldn't want to be a hoe, because if you're fucking around with anybody, you could always slip up, and then a woman that you had no intention of having a family with ends up being the mother of your child, because you can't, if they want to keep it, they want to keep it, and then it's like, damn, and then it's like you have that choice to either be like, I want no part of it, or I'm gonna be in my child's life. But if you choose to be in your child's life, that comes with dealing with the fact that that child's mother is a person you don't want to be with, and you just have to deal with that. And, you know what I mean? And that's the choice that men have to make. But you wouldn't have to make that choice if you were more selective, like you said, like with women, more selective about the women that you want to be with. Because
And for
to
the
just
women,
be out here fucking anybody, you can
For
have
the
a
women
baby
that
with just
have
anybody.
kids.
That's not cool.
for the women that have kids with these niggas that ain't about nothing, there's no way you can make me believe that you thought he was about something before y'all had his kids.
It's
You
a big
knew that he wasn't shit. So I don't feel bad for y'all when you have a piece of shit baby father. You pick that nigga. You fuck that nigga. That's dead your fault. You kind of deserve what the fuck you're getting. You should have known better. Your mother raised you better than
Or did she? Clearly
that-
not.
that. No, she might not have.
Clearly not.
Yeah, we don't know.
Mm.
That's another thing.
It's another fact.
Right. If your mother was a piece of shit, then
I wonder
guess.
if you're reacting to the thing that I think you're reacting to.
I am.
Yeah.
If your
But
mother
I
was a
don't
piece
think-
of shit, then I
wouldn't
guess it's
blame-
not
I
your
wouldn't
fault.
blame her.
Yeah.
Feel me? I wouldn't blame her for that.
Yeah.
You can't blame the moms because the moms literally probably do everything in their power to make sure that a situation like that doesn't happen. But some females and guys too, they're very rebellious. I've definitely gone through a rebellious stage.
That's so cute.
You know,
I want a girlfriend like that.
shoot, you know.
It's just supportive. She just cares.
But when
She
you're
gives a
too
fuck.
rebellious,
That's nice.
you end up getting
I need
fucking
that
down.
knowledge.
So,
Okay.
you know.
Thanks for having me. I hope so. You're on the fucking show. But yeah. But yeah. I agree with you.
Have you guys ever gone through a rebellious stage?
Yeah.
Really? Really?
I want to hear your rebellions.
Big facts. Let me hear this.
Oh shit, you're
I
right.
didn't know
He's
you
the
had
person who said
a
yeah.
rebellious stage?
I mean, it wasn't like, it didn't
You
last.
said it was like-
He said it
Yeah.
was a yeah. I wanna hear this shit.
Oh, let's hear his shit.
Yeah.
I mean, rebellious can mean different things. It wasn't like,
Rebellious against who?
I mean,
He was in the room 12 hours. He's like, I'm not coming out. I don't care what they say. Continue.
Yeah, I want to hear about this rebellious stage.
it was just more like, I just wasn't as, like, okay, so you know me. You know how
Okay, first, how old were you in this stage?
it's around high school.
Okay.
So when my mother was getting married, she had said something, and the tone of what she said made me feel a certain type of way.
Is this when I was there? Is it for that one?
Wait.
Well, it's the same situation, but it's not that time. It wasn't
Gotcha,
that time.
gotcha.
But it was the same conversation.
I think I recall you telling me about this.
And basically, I understand it now because I'm older. I'm not necessarily saying I agree with it all the way, but I understand it. But she had put this kind of attitude saying, this is how I'm going to be. This is what I'm focused on right now. You're either with it or you're not. And that was like more or less how she was saying, not to be like super specific, but that was like the attitude. You're either with us or against us. That's kind of how it was. And with that, it was like, I'm your kid. Why would you tell me, why would you give me an ultimatum? As if, like, you know? So it was more like, all right, if you're going to feel that way, then whatever. So I just stopped addressing her situation. It was like, since you're giving me the choice, I'm not with it. And I would start just, she could feel the tension. I'd be in the house, just wouldn't talk to her. She'd be on the phone with me, and I'd be like, all right, bye, and then just hang up. Like, it was just the attitude that I had with my mom, and you know how I am. I care a lot about my mother's opinion on things that I say or do, but that's because of the relationship that I have with my mom. So for me to be in a situation where that didn't matter anymore, that's my version of being rebellious. It wasn't necessarily I was doing, because I wasn't acting out to get attention. It was literally I wasn't doing anything. We just didn't have any connection. Yeah, I was being distant. That's what it was. That was my way of being rebellious, because she knows we have a connection. So it was like, all right, if you want to be that way, all that stops. That connection, that's not gonna happen no more. Because apparently that's what you're telling me anyway.
What was the reason why?
Well, like I said, I didn't really want to get specifics into it, but it was more like I said, it was like she was making a decision for herself, and I had to either agree with it or not. But to me, because she said it like that, it was like, that's mad selfish of you. So if you're going to be selfish, do that by yourself.
I mean,
that's how I felt at the time.
Not to like, I understand what you're saying, but I think at the time, and hopefully now you looked at her perspective from it.
No, like I said, I totally get it now. I'm not mad about it.
I don't think she was being because like I said, I was there for the second one.
Mm-hmm.
So I don't think it was, not to speak too much on it, I don't think it was like, you know, it was a selfish thing, but it was like, yo, like, I distinctly remember her saying like, yo, I've been there for y'all, be there for me. You know, it was more of like
have my back this
Yeah,
time.
you know,
And
I distinctly remember that,
and that's why
So
I said
was
like I get it now.
yeah. So, you know.
And even if it was selfishness, when I look at everything that my mom has done, and not just for me, but just my whole family, it was like you can be selfish.
Yeah, exactly.
You've done more than enough for everybody.
Yeah, for real.
Be selfish. That's how I look
Like,
at it
you
now
realize that
because
you
I've gotten older, and I'm like, nah, mom, take that win, because that was her win, the big win that she had not had for a long time. And I was like, you know what?
You deserve it.
Yeah, have that. And I'm supporting it. That's why I came around. But it was just like the way she did it, it was like, it just felt very like, yeah, forget y'all. Like, this is what I want. Yeah. And I was like, I don't really like that. But like I said, it was the tone of what she said, not necessarily what she was saying. And that's an issue that like my family in general has. We don't know the right way to say the right thing to each other. So that's.
I mean, most people don't.
Yeah, you know what I mean. But that was my version of being rebellious. Like I said, it wasn't nothing crazy, but that was just my version of it.
What was yours, B?
Probably smoking weed in my house for longer than I should have. Yeah, that was my rebellious stage, and then I got caught. Fun. My mom found a roach on the floor. And no, like
I know. Okay. I cut myself.
Yeah, that was fun. Actually, it wasn't as bad because at the time I had a job and I was old enough to make that decision to smoke weed in their house. It wasn't like I was like 17 or something. I was 23, so it wasn't as bad as it could have been.
See.
Rebellious? Yeah, a lot of my rebellious shit, I don't know if it really classifies as being rebellious because I tried to hide all of it. I was trying to not get caught. Does it still count as being rebellious?
Kind of, yeah, definitely. Well, I wasn't trying to get caught for smoking weed.
I don't know. You have to kind of elaborate without,
All street related things.
Yeah.
All of my activities outside of my home was my rebellious stage, and that started from about the age of 12, 13 to whenever it stopped. So
yeah.
So yeah, but the whole thing was not getting caught. So
being rebellious.
But is it rebellious? Because usually rebellion is like you want them to know that you're rebellious to make a point. I was trying to hide everything I was doing. I was a whole different person when I went back home. So then, in my home, I was a completely different person then.
So no, you wasn't being rebellious because you wasn't being rebellious to someone.
Yeah, no. When I was home, I was respectful.
I mean, I guess you could.
I think you were being rebellious to the situation, not to the people.
So then,
but then I wouldn't even call it rebellious. Then, like being rebellious.
Yeah.
That's why I'm like, I was trying to not let anybody know what I was doing.
You were just reacting, I guess.
Yeah, so I guess I didn't have a rebellious time. I was just doing my own thing at a very young age. That's about it.
Or you, Big D?
Well, what was the reason for you doing it?
Just my situation.
Big
I needed
on this couch.
But was it them?
I needed. Well, I mean,
because if they caused it, then like it's kind of.
See, I'm not gonna say they necessarily caused it, but they allowed it to happen without really caring. So like, because I was able to get away with a lot. Like if more attention had been paid to me, I wouldn't have been able to do a lot of the stuff I was doing. The fact that nobody really cared about what I was doing made it a lot easier for me to be under the radar as to what I was doing. So it's not like they really caused it, but they allowed it to happen.
Yeah.
Because what caused it was my circumstances at the time. We weren't the wealthiest people, so I had to figure it the fuck out.
Yeah.
But them dealing with their own shit and not really paying much attention to me allowed me to get away with a lot of the stuff that I did. So, I mean, I don't know if that counts as rebellion, but
kind of.
There you go. Don't be like me, kids.
I mean, I guess for me, low key, let other people say it. I'm still in my rebellious stage.
That's why I said till whenever it stopped. Because,
Let other people say it. I'm still in my rebellious stage. I still go against certain people. My whole thing is, I wouldn't call it being rebellious. It was me becoming a man. Like for me personally, I feel like in New York, period, you grow up way quicker than any other state. I feel like that's one. But for me, I feel like I grew up because of my circumstances in my house way quicker than a lot of people did. And because I grew up quicker, I had a lesser tolerance for a lot of the bullshit that's out here in this world. So I mean, to this day, you could say that I'm still rebellious, but in my eyes, I'm just standing up for what I believe in and what I don't take shit for or take, that's just me. I'm not gonna take the little bullshit that goes on.
See,
I try, I really do, but nah, I'm not with that shit.
See, in my head, I'm not being rebellious. I'm just taking care of myself. That's how I look at it.
It doesn't even have to be me taking care of myself. It's more like I'm not with that shit. Like, I don't care. And especially if it makes me feel uncomfortable, that's a whole dub.
Yeah.
Like,
I agree.
I don't give a fuck. I want to be comfortable. You're not going to make me feel uncomfortable right now. Even if it has me, like, showing out and looking crazy, I'm still comfortable with that. If I look crazy, fuck it. It is what it is. I don't mind it because I'm comfortable. You're not going to make me feel uncomfortable anymore. Like, that's just me. So some people might say I'm still rebellious. I don't think so, but
I'm a lot. If rebellious is what we're using, I'm a lot less rebellious than I was before.
Okay. Well, the fact of the matter is, we are all, like you said, growing up, and things change over time. And honestly, that's the point of the show. We're being very real with y'all about our lives, how we see the world, how we view the world. But this is a growing process. So if we're saying things that you may or may not agree with, understand we're all still growing.
Let us know down there below in the comments.
Facts.
Oh yeah,
Facts.
comments.
Down there below in the comments section.
Yeah, since we're talking about comments, it's not really. I forgot that there's going to be comments on this, so we're going to be able to interact with the people that watch.
Technically, we can disable comments, but that's
No. Don't
That's
disable
on YouTube?
comments. Don't disable
Yeah,
comments.
you can disable
disable
comments.
No, don't disable
Oh, yeah.
comments.
Let's disable them.
No,
I
don't disable
I don't want no smoke.
Don't disable them. Because I love smoke.
This guy.
Y'all
So
better
that's
not
for
do
him.
that keyboard gangster shit under these videos, especially if you live in New York.
Alright, till you come up against a hacker. Then what? He gonna be like, oh, you want the keyboard smoke, huh?
Said,
I
and
got
was
that
like,
keyboard smoke.
That's when you get the comment, oh, I know what C is. Be like,
Oh,
what?
no, I'm saying I'm not about to tight back with you niggas. Just don't let me catch you niggas. Like, if I see you, y'all better be like, hey, saw your show, I'm a fan. Keep that same energy, my nigga. Because as soon as you tell me, yeah, I'm the nigga that, that's all you get, my nigga. That's it. I'm with that shit.
Oh, okay.
And don't let it be all of us. I'm
Oh, yeah.
honest with you. Because I'm calm, but I'm also retarded a little bit. I don't want to say retarded. That's a very insensitive word. But I'm very emotional. So
Did you say reckless?
I'm very.
no, I wouldn't say reckless. You call me reckless?
I'm asking if that, I'm asking if
I
that's
don't
what you
You see how
would
you
say.
see how quick
I'm
it switches?
calm, but-
See how
We're
quick
a
it
little
switches?
reckless.
And
Just
these
a
are people
little
that like
reckless.
each other. We like each other. Don't let us
No.
switch on you. Don't let that
No.
flip on you.
But I wouldn't say reckless. I would say emotional. So I like to
I'm
just
reckless.
do spur of
I
the moment.
I can
things.
be.
Oh yeah, we know that.
Yeah, I can be.
Do we know that? You
Yeah.
made it sound like
I know what he's talking about, but
I
yeah,
don't know what he's talking about.
I can be reckless.
I'm a little reckless too.
Nah,
I don't think I'm as much as I used to be, but I'm, like I said, we're all grown.
Moral of the story is I'm just emotional. So like if I see something, I might want to get in, and then I'll just get out really quickly. Because like I said, I'm calm. So you might just get a random punch, and then you might just see me standing to the side, like I didn't punch you, like flat out. So
We at 30 now, so which honestly I started late, so we're kind of good. I think this is a good place to end it.
Moral
Catch y'all in the
of
next
the story.
one.
Moral of the story. Don't get fucked up. That's the moral of the story.
And don't be fucked up.
He's on fire, baby.
fair enough.
That's fair.
SDotfire.com